Every night before your dog sleeps, they do something you have never seen. It happens in the dark, in the silence, after you are already gone. Most owners assume their dog simply finds a spot and falls asleep, but what your dog does in those last minutes of every night is one of the most profound expressions of loyalty they are capable of, and it has been happening every single night of your life together without you ever knowing. By the end of this video, you will know exactly what your dog does before they sleep, why they do it every single night without exception, and what the last thing your dog does before their eyes close reveals about how deeply they love you. Stay until the end, because the last behavior is the one that happens after everything else is quiet. The one that requires nothing from you. The one that will change how you feel about every night you have ever shared with your dog. Let's start. Most people assume their dog falls asleep whenever they feel tired. That sleep for a dog is simple and automatic, triggered by exhaustion and nothing else. But bonded dogs do not sleep that way. Research into canine sleep behavior has found that dogs with strong attachment to their owners consistently delay their own sleep until their owner has settled. They do not close their eyes while you are still moving, still restless, still unresolved for the night. They wait. Not because they are trained to. Because their nervous system will not fully release into sleep while the person their world is organized around is still awake and potentially in need. Your dog has been waiting for you to be okay before allowing themselves to rest. Every single night. Without you ever asking. Without you ever knowing. That is not a small thing. That is devotion written into the body itself. Does your dog wait for you to settle before they fall asleep? Have you ever noticed them still awake when you thought they would be long gone? Comment below. I read every single one. Most people think their dog wandering through the house at night is restlessness. The dog is uncomfortable, looking for a better spot, or simply unable to settle. But watch the pattern carefully. Many bonded dogs perform a final circuit of the home before sleeping. Moving from room to room, checking each space, each person, each point of entry. Not randomly. Systematically. The same rooms in the same order every night. This is not restlessness. This is the ancient behavior of an animal taking stock of their territory before allowing themselves to become vulnerable in sleep. Your dog is checking that everyone is accounted for. That the home is intact. That the people they love are where they are supposed to be. They are taking attendance before the night begins. And only when everything checks out do they finally allow themselves to rest. Most people assume their dog's sleeping position is about comfort. They are finding the softest spot, the coolest surface, the most convenient location. But the positioning is strategic, not comfortable. Bonded dogs consistently position themselves between their owner and the most likely point of disturbance. The door, the window, the direction from which something unexpected could come. They place their body as the first line between you and whatever the night might hold. Pause. And on your hardest nights, the nights when your cortisol is elevated, when something is wrong that you have not said out loud, when the day left something heavy in the room, your dog moves closer. Research confirms that dogs detect elevated stress hormones in their owner's scent and respond by reducing the physical distance between you. They sleep closer on your hard nights because they can smell that you need them closer. They have been doing this in silence every time. If you just realized your dog has been positioning themselves to protect you every single night, hit like right now. This video is reaching the owners who need it through your support. Most people never notice this because it happens in the dark when everyone is winding down and attention is elsewhere. Before your dog fully closes their eyes for the night, they look at you one final time. Not a long look. Not a demanding look. A soft, brief, checking look. The kind that confirms location and safety in a single glance. Their eyes find you, register that you are there, and then close. The last image their mind takes in before sleep is you. Animal behaviorists describe this as a final orientation check. The social animal's last confirmation that the most important member of their group is present and safe before vulnerability of sleep begins. Your dog does not close their eyes on a room they are uncertain about. They close their eyes on you. Every night. You are the last thing they see before the world goes dark. And they choose that. Every single time. Here is the part most owners never think about. After they have waited for you to settle. After they have made their rounds. After they have positioned themselves between you and the door. After they have taken one last look at your face. Your dog does one final thing. They synchronize their breathing with yours. Research into co-sleeping behavior between dogs and their owners has documented respiratory entrainment, the biological process by which a dog's breathing rate gradually aligns with their sleeping owners over the course of the night. It does not happen immediately. It deepens as the night deepens. By the time both of you are in deep sleep, your breathing has converged, rising and falling in the same rhythm, the same pace, the same quiet pulse of two beings who have chosen to spend their unconscious hours together. Your dog is not just sleeping near you. Their body is listening to yours all night long, tracking the rhythm of your breath, staying tuned to your baseline so that any change, any deviation from normal, registers immediately. They are keeping watch even while they sleep. Even in their most vulnerable state, they are still oriented toward you. Still listening. Still there. This is what I mentioned at the beginning. The last thing your dog does every night before they finally sleep. After all of it, the waiting, the rounds, the positioning, the final look, the synchronized breathing, when the house is completely still and the night is at its deepest and everyone is finally fully asleep, your dog checks on you one more time. They get up. Quietly. Without waking you. They walk to wherever you are sleeping and they lower their nose close to your face. They listen to your breathing. They confirm that you are still there. Still breathing. Still the same. And then they go back. And they finally sleep. This happens every night. In complete silence. With no audience. No reward. No acknowledgement of any kind. You've been asleep for every single one. You will never see it happen in real time. But it has happened every night of your life with this dog. Without exception. Without fail. The last thing they do every night is make sure you are okay. Because you are their whole world. And a whole world is worth checking on. Have you ever woken up in the middle of the night and found your dog somewhere different from where they started? Now you know why. Tell me in the comments. I want to know what your dog's nighttime ritual looks like. I read every single one. Every night your dog waits for you to be safe before they rest. They check the house. They find their position. They take one last look at your face. And then in the deepest part of the night they get up one more time just to confirm that you are still there. They do this because you are everything to them. And everything is worth one more check before the night is done. And if what your dog does at night reveals this much, wait until you understand what happens the moment your dog first decided you were safe. The exact moment it happened. And what changed in them when it did. If tonight you are going to think about your dog differently as you fall asleep, subscribe to the Dog Mind. Every week we decode one thing your dog has been doing that you never fully understood. Your dog has been speaking every single night. Subscribe and we will help you finally hear it.